Good morning. Good morning. Touching base today with some XRP and some Sigma coin. So, all right, we just following up with where we were yesterday. So we've completed our larger ABC correction thus far, based off what we were looking at. Didn't really want to see anything close below this level here. We had a little wick, which was great. It just kind of, poked its head down there and then was off again. So that's beautiful. That's what we wanted to see. Still maintaining the pure invalidation level down here and here, so just a small liquidity sweep to the downside. Now we've got this good first kind of impulse forming off of the lows with probably an expectation to fall back down to $1.85-ish to close this little tiny inefficiency gap here. And on the larger time frames, we did not close the green 3-day, but we now have a new green 3-day starting again. So this new one will close on January 1st, which looks like it's kind of the setup for most assets across the board. Big rejection buying coming in. Volume is now coming in, as you can see by that green little area right there. And you have this passing through the 50-yard line kind of setup here about to occur. So we've got 50-yard line pass, green showing up, still not closed, and this guy's worming, which means it's super volume coming in and oversold to the level that volume stepping in and buying the asset. So that's all good, positive things. So maybe this one will actually close the January, this candle that goes through the remainder of the year, showing that we actually have a 3-day green close, and that will be your signal to start looking or continue looking for entries. So back to the short time frame, we've been looking for that, right? So when we zoom out a smidge, you can see that on the 36-hour or 36-minute, I'm sorry, the impulse correction, now wave 1, wave 2 setup here starting, and we're now looking for this continuation to start pushing to the upside. So hopefully that will start forming, and this is very similar to what we did back here with our 5 waves and ABC, slightly lower low than that region right there. 5-wave move off the lows. Here's your wave 1 right here. And if we bounce back to the XRP coin, you can see our little wave 1 is starting right around here for this wave 1, wave 2 setup here. So this should again come back down to the mid region, and just like XRP did, you should see about a mid region pullback before a breakout and a continuation and then another reset. So we will continue to monitor all of that price action as we move forward, but this ultimately led to much higher prices off of that bottoming structure. So the Sigma coin has been having actually a fairly good reaction here at this level. So we did have another dump that came into play here with people selling, but as you can see, buys stepped in, and I believe they're doing it through limit orders because, as you can see over here, the volume is not reflecting a large amount of buy volume coming in. In fact, we have mostly sell volume, yet price action moved to the upside, and XRP itself didn't really go anywhere. So looking at this structure here, I would say we probably had some good accumulation manifesting with everybody utilizing the limit buys, because you could see that they were buying each of these candles with very quick reactions to the other direction. So like the 4-hour, for example, you can see these wicks, right, pulling up here. And so this would be the first one where we didn't really wick too much off of that level, yet buying has shown up. So all right, so we'll continue to watch Sigma here, but it's still working on these lows coming in. The good news is as we zoom out, each time we set a new lower low on these levels here, our Fibonacci's actually extend. So now that we can zoom out, we can actually see that some of the targets that we were looking for, like for example, this 1618 level, has now actually gone up even more. When we get back up to that level here, you'll be looking at those types of return percentages. Return to the prior all-time high, same story. When that happens, we're going to have a 20x. There you go. And even these higher targets are definitely in play. So we're just waiting, really. You could just see volume is next to nothing, right? So you go down here, we zoom in, you could just see volume is completely diminished. So this is a low volume fall of very little selling, just no buying, right? So we're just waiting for the buys to step in. So we need a little bit of a volume profile like that again to show up to the party, and you have your explosion. But right now the volume is next to nothing, and that's how this bleed out has happened. But it's not been done with large selling, it's just been with no real buying. So all right, so once the buyers step in, life will turn back very quickly, in my opinion. So all right, thanks so much for watching this morning, and we will check in tomorrow.